Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. It is Thursday, generally my long stream day, but I, my get up and go got up and left this week. So that's not entirely true. Monday, I went and I picked up this puppy right here. It used to be all white. It's actually really, really pretty now. It's not as dark as I wanted to. I was going for goth princess, and I ended up getting smoky fairy. Now, the wonderful Nest of Nessie, who does a lot of my jewelry when I wear it, she just wanted it not to be white, and she's working on her vendor persona, which I am also working on my vendor persona. I will have more pictures and better pictures of this dress. It is huge. Like, wedding dresses are big. This is a wedding dress. This was her wedding dress. So I was horrified to like mess it up. If it was a thrift store dress that I got and I was just fucking around to find out, I would have been fine. But this is someone's actual memories. So I was very careful with this dress. It is gorgeous. It's hands down absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's just not as dark as I had hoped, but polyester is a fickle mistress. And unless you boil it, it does not take color very well. And this dress was dry clean only. I didn't know how it had been treated. I did not know what was going on with it, so I erred on the side of caution and only simmered it. So it got light to dark lilac purple, and it's gorgeous. And the graphite over it actually held true to its color. It's not dark graphite, but it's like a medium dark smoky gray, and and it's gonna get chains on it, so it's gonna be Nessie described it as a whimsy and woe. So that's what I did. I picked that up Monday. Yesterday I did most of the work on it. So I was actually, when you see my hands are kind of, they're lined black. I'm kind of surprised I didn't absorb. I'm whimsy and dark humor. I try not to bring woe into people's lives. We don't need any more woe. But so it's really pretty, and I'm still working on some of the details, like fixing beads where they might be loose or might fall off. I'm gonna see if there's any like embellishment she wants, because I am a master embroiderer. Hand embroidery is a lost skill. It is a very delicate skill, one that I happen to have but still have not been able to monetize because it's so fucking expensive. Nobody in Maine really wants to pay for that. So oh, and everybody apparently summoned the dogs. So that was where Pixie and I went on Monday, is to pick up that dress. I also did the veil and the corset, which I totally knew how both the veil and the corset were put together. So I was able to use boiling water on those, so they got more of the color, and it all works together absolutely gorgeous. Like, I have no regrets. I just wish I could have gotten it darker. But oh, she did do the big protect. She was patrolling that Prius like nobody's business. And so, but the dress was originally a David's bridal, so I don't want to mess it up. And most dry clean only things are dry clean only because of their accoutrements, or the polyester content. Polyester is a plastic. It will melt if you have it too hot. And the corset that that came with the dress was actually satin. So that was, I've done satin before. I've boiled satin before. I know what it does. And the veil was tulle. So I was able to boil that no problem, and that's why I got really nice dark results out of the corset piece and the veil, is because I've fucked around and found out with those particular fibers. But the dress had cotton lace, which cotton is very versatile. Cotton and linen, those are the ones that if you want them dyed, bring them. Well, if you want cotton and linen dyed, you could do it yourself, and you can't fuck it up, really. I promise. Like, they are such versatile fibers that you're good. But the oh yes, of course, ad breaks. I gotta move the thingy doo doo da doo da. But
welcome, July.
oh, I mean, cotton generally is not big and fancy. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's so delicate. No, cotton is a beast. Cotton is a very pliable, very versatile fabric. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So when you're re-dyeing, make sure, and if you know this, I'm sorry, I just like to, this is my area where I'm actually good at something, and I'm proud at being good at it. Wash it in soda ash and or vinegar. And if you do want to, you boil it, because it opens up the fiber with the soda ash. After the soda ash bath, make sure it's hot, but boil it because it opens the fibers up to absorb the dye. And boil the pants in the dye for half an hour to an hour, and then shock it with cold water rinse, and it will shut everything up and it'll trap everything. Yeah, and don't use vinegar on anything but natural fibers. Vinegar will eat polyester because it's an acid, and polyester is a plastic. Oh, absolutely. I actually need to purchase a stupid big crock pot. While yesterday I was continually heating up the mixture, I had to buy 20-gallon totes. Mind you, I spent $1 a piece. They didn't have covers. I spent $1 a piece on 2 20-gallon totes for this dress. That is how big this dress was. I thought I had big pots. I thought I had big pots, and apparently I lied. I like big pots, and I cannot lie. Okay. I've been scouring thrift stores. I've been waiting, and it's spring cleaning time, so I might get lucky. But I'm waiting for, or I could just ask my work's kitchen if they are throwing away any of the pots for whatever reason. But I'm waiting on, it's what they use for cooking multiple large, like, turkeys all at once. They're giant meat trays essentially, but they have sides to hold in everything, and I'm waiting for one of those to show up in my life. But until then, I'll just do it the good old-fashioned way, is just keeping it hot. But I mostly work with cotton. I'm really good with cotton. The other stuff I am good at because I buy random dresses, and I dye them. Yes. Yeah. Fortunately for the stock pots that I had or have, they came with my house. I've had them for 20 years. They were in my basement. And I'm like, hey, I can use these. And I did. Whew. Okay, so we are trying to finish up a page here. Will we? I don't know. I sure hope so, though. I'm working on all the little colors. Right now, we're currently doing 966, and it's a lot of fun. It's a green color. Oh, no. The stock pots I have, because they are just old, they're just dye. Or they, at one point in time, they were fish tank water. But to be fair, at least here, RIT dye is non-toxic. I scrub them out real well, and if by the off chance we need to make that much fucking food, it's fine. But uh yes, RIT is a very good dye. I don't have a whole lot of options where I live. I mean, I could always use the internet. The internet is always an option. But I've used RIT, I've used Tulip. There's a couple other dyes I want to try, but RIT is very stable. RIT is
Welcome to the world.
hello. RIT has their formulas down. So I trust RIT. And they have a really good, not that denim needs it, but they have a good synthetic too. Good luck. Oh yeah, Reddit is very handy. But yeah, Tuesday I had my eye poked and I took a nap and I went to work. And then Wednesday I was elbow deep in a a vat of dye. Actually, 2 vats of dye. I had black and purple, and only the black really stuck. Of course, my camera decided to get lazy and sleepy. And then today, and I had all of yesterday off too, so I was able to do a little bit of cleaning while the dress was drying and whatnot. So I overall had a really good day. I got some shopping done. So I posted in Crafter memes, and I don't think anybody really got what I was saying. So I found I buy bonding cement for my art, my hoop art, so that people just can't take it apart. And so that it holds its tension, which is very important to me. Like some of the stuff I tried before, it wasn't holding its tension, so I've redone a lot of my art, so it holds tension properly. And contact cement is amazing. And I was just buying the little cans, and I was going through that like nobody's business. So yesterday, I took my time at Lowe's because I was also buying spray paint for my base level of some of my stencil work, and I was buying trim for my display boards because I bought styrofoam trim and ended up being really cheap. So I'm redoing my pegboards so they're a little bit sturdier. the life of a do-it-yourself vendor. And so I I looked at the contact cement, and they have the little cans that I get for $11. They had a contact cement gel for 24, which was a much bigger container, and then also like the contact cement I normally get. And then they had half a gallon for $55. Now, mind you, I generally buy the little one. I should buy the $55 one. I ended up buying the normal contact, the quart of it, because I will use it. And it's great stuff. It's great stuff. It needs to be used outside though. I use it inside sometimes, and it's definitely a use outside glue. What you doing? Using contact cement raw? Are you outside? No. But now that it's getting warmer, I'll be able to go outside a little bit more and use it properly. Oh, joke. A lot of the colors I will be. My camera is drunk and it needs to go home. My work camera is drunk. Yeah, I'm gonna just get a new poster. But I've been keeping busy. Today, this morning, I mean, I just didn't get moving early enough. I was 95% functioning, and I was like, no, we can just do 2 hours today, and maybe 3 hours tomorrow, depending on when I actually become a human being. I also had therapy on Wednesday. I had therapy yesterday, and it was nice. It had been almost a month, I think over a month since I had last seen her, and mind you, I just do talk therapy. It helps me process. It helps me work on my confidence and work on seeing stuff how it's actually happening and not how I perceive it, which is half my problem. But so yesterday was a very productive day. I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of stuff off my to-do list, and it's on my to-done list. And now I'm just trying to figure out whatever's going on here. Okay, there we go. It's ridiculous. I can't say it's ridiculously warm. It is. It's nice temperature-wise up here today, but it is very gray and gloomy. And then after us having such a nice gloomy day, it's supposed to get cold again, and I'm not favoring that at all. But 'tis the world we live in. I just found out one of my super close friends has started the process of immigrating to Canada. Um, she and her husband are moving off to an island where her husband is the pastor on that island's church, and that they're using that as their transition. He has family in Canada, and they are going to move towards purchasing a house. And I am glad for her, but I am also sad because she is like both geographically and emotionally one of the few friends that gets a good chunk of my problems. Is because she too is also a type 1 diabetic, diagnosed at roughly the same time. So I'm happy for her, but at the same time I'm sad for me. all the green. I like just that I'm filling in small little pockets of color. I pulled a good portion of them out forward ahead of time, so I don't have to search for them after I'm done. And I even, if we happen to get a page finished today, I even have the next page all sorted out. I don't think we're gonna get. We might get a page finished tomorrow. In all honesty, we might get a third page done here. So, what's hilarious is both Divine Instinct and Call Dance have around the same amount of pages complete, and where we are over 10% on Divine Instinct, we are we are only creeping up on 6% on Call Dance. Again, major size difference. Check mark. Okay, we are. Everybody became a lurker. Okay. Yep. Oh yes, yes. School is way more important than I am. You go. You got this. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. I get, I get today and tomorrow that I gotta work, and then I have the weekend off. Wrong spot. Mm-hmm. No, no, you keep driving safe. I do not want that. I can talk to myself. Mm-hmm. Okie doke. 966. Let me zoom out before I totally say that. 966 is all done on the page. Woohoo! I gotta find where I put my needle. It was like halfway through a stitch. I slide the ends of my stitching underneath, or through other stitching to secure the ends. Make it more blanket. No, not really. Just to secure. 966 is a very small color in this project. Up is 3071, or no, 3370. 3371. It's a dark brown. I'm gonna be working on some stems. Just remember, the next page, page 4. Dionysus makes his appearance. It's not a huge appearance, but we start to see the back of his head. No, that's not what I wanted. I know there's another piece involved there. There we go. Mm-hmm. I have dog hair everywhere because the shepherds have started their first 6 months of shedding. Since we recently concluded the second 6 months of shedding, it is time for the first. La la la. So I think next week, before I open my mouth too wide, I should at least look. But I think next week will be a normal stream schedule: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll double check real fast. But and it'll be Divine Instinct because, well, I'm actually really liking the swapping out. It Yep. So next week is completely uneventful. We're not using the Q word because every time I utilize the Q word, I get punished. So next week for me is very uneventful. Hopefully it stays that way because that's what I want. And gosh darn it, I deserve to get what I want every once in a while. Okay. So we're finally, let me get back to where I can properly aim my camera. We're finally filling in that hole there. We're starting off, just gonna, because there is a little bit of jumping around, I'm gonna finish up, start off way over here. And where I normally don't, I'm gonna today. Because it is just over. Sure. Okay. And now we make this little white area to the proper color. So I knew it, but I was just affirmed that husband creature was in fact part of the maniacs. I only thought that the maniacs were the refueling wing, but no, apparently any air guard that is based out of that base is considered a maniac. So that makes me giggle. Because husband creature's a maniac. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. It's the little things in life, making these oddball white patches disappear into the background and become the grape stem that they're supposed to become. Brings me great joy. Mostly because I don't have to count. Like, legit, in most of what remains of this page, I don't have to count too much. We will be filling in this area too with its proper color. Yay! More blending. Let's see where I go next. Because all the colors remain, all the colors that remain are all over the place. It also, just because of the nature of where I foobarred, it's also handy to make sure that the spots that I need are still there. So I don't go. Okay, let me. That's lovely. And for my stretch of the day. And when I stretch like that, I try to. I was gonna end the piece of string afterwards anyway. I'm just trying to wrap the end around where I did the stretch so that it kind of gets wrapped in, and I don't get caught on it later on. Okay. Because what you don't see is a lot of busyness going on behind the very, very messy, but I've been told that my backs are very, very clean as well. So I don't know how to take that. These colors fly right by. Like, I have a pile of 4 colors that I know I'll get done today. Nope, that's not what I wanted. At least I don't think that's what I wanted. Maybe that's what I wanted. Perhaps. That was close to what I wanted. I would love to know what's going on. Is it one piece or is it? Oh, that's okay. Apparently, I went balls to the walls when I pulled this piece of string. Okay, I am very sure I'm not going to need any more of this. Not for the stitches that I have left on this page. I mean, this color has 10,000 stitches, so don't get me wrong. I wasn't ill-advised and pulling long pieces. It's just, it was a surprise. And for anyone wondering, yes, you can give yourself bad advice. Which is what happens. A lot. Over this way, same. Right here. One of the weird areas that's kind of where it should be, but at the same time, question. Off to a good start. This might be the end of this color on this page. Maybe. Just cruising through the colors. Oh, nope. I got two more. Two more stitches. That's another big jump. Yeah, the C5s are doing a lot of practice past few days. I don't know if it's... Oof! I'll pop it back in. Put it back in, Irma. Mm. 3371 is done on the page. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I'm gonna have to pull another batch of colors. I am trying to avoid, so I try to put dots next to the colors that are just like literally one stitch, because those are dead last. I'll get those ones done dead last. I like at least having a little bit of substance. work with. Okay, our next color is 3746. And then that is unfortunately, we got two more colors that don't have little dots next to them. And then we suffer. We suffer the multiple color changes because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors that have less than 5 stitches. Okay. 3746. 3746. Close that out. And expand. Let's see. There's not a whole lot of that color. There's just not. It makes me sad. And it's all in one area. It's this little spot right here. All of it. It's gonna be a funny shaped grape. Or a couple of funny shaped grapes. Okay. This is the normal shaped grape. I am sorry. See, people like to think that "how are you" is just a simple question because they don't want the deep answer. For those of us who are spicy, um, because if I know, someone's at, like, if I have a relationship with someone, they ask me how I am, I'll tell them. But for the most part, it's a very complex answer. It's like I'm not bad, but things could be better. Like I'm not angry, I'm not sad, but I'm not over the moon happy. Like I exist. I've found that I exist is a good stable one. Upright and breathing gets a couple chuckles here and there. It's like I'm not lying naked in the French Riviera on a yacht, so I'm okay. Not that I'd lie naked anywhere that anyone could actually see me. Because I was gifted by the Irish gods of paleness. I don't burn, but you can see me. And I'm sorry that they do not accept the answers that you give them. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Or those pictures that you see that are like, hey, there is 3 people in this picture, and then there's just like there's two people that you can actually see, and then just a white spot. Luckily, I have dark hair, so that at least shows me up in pictures. Okay. Second grape. Not sure how I feel about it, but it exists, and I think that is it for this color. Ah, I heard it go off in the background. The sun's trying real hard. And it says it's 42 degrees outside, so not bad. That's 12 degrees for you who use metric. No. 10 degrees. Sorry, I can math, I swear. No, 2 degrees. The 2 degrees at this temperature, La la la. Oh, that color. I know that the color I'm working on next will take a little bit more time. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go back and pick up stragglers, because I don't think that what I have left is all the colors to fill in all the spots. So I'm not pushing that boundary right now. That'll be us this weekend. $37.50. The next color I will be. Okay, so actually it's a very scattered color, but it's a good size. That's $37.50. This is the dark blue purple we'll be working with. Oh, after stream today, I get to pay bills because it's the bill payday, and if I don't pay the bills, I will forget, and then I'll get in trouble. So, right after I stop stream, I'm gonna be paying the bills. But fortunately, I got all my tax return stuff, so I know all the bills will be paid. I figured. Oh, okay. Finally. Closing in most of this top line here. There's gonna be a couple spots left, but closing in most of this top line here. Woohoo! Closing up the small stuff. It's one of the times where I do just the individual X's as I move my way down. Now this color is all over the place, so I'll be either doing a lot of stretching or jumping around. I don't know quite yet. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of truck noise in my neighborhood. These are the people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Mhm. Okay, oh, there's that little bit. I'll be glad if I get over 150 stitches done today, but that's just the nature of the point I am at in the stitching. And I do think we'll get a page finished tomorrow. If not sooner. Because who knows, while I'm paying bills, I might actually just finish off the page. Pig, go lay down, please. Okay. No, you're fine. No, you are absolutely fine. I don't want to hear it. I have not been paying attention to your brother. Ever since we went on the car trip, she's been my buddy. Even though she cried so much on the way down. And it wasn't sad crying. It was just she was vocalizing and shepherds like to whine a lot. A lot. Just have a little piece of string left, and I don't want to toss it, but I very easily could. But I will tackle these 2 stitches. Because they're kind of in the acid middle of nowhere. And you can't see me doing them. Ha ha! Oh, I know what that sound is. Maybe. The street sweepers are out, and it is not as continual as a street sweeper, so it might just be the street scouter. The scout for the sweeper. But they generally don't come to my house until like the end of April. Okay. Time to add a new piece of string. Oh. And go back up to where I was. Because it actually has a pretty good progression down. Habla. Habla blah 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 blah. I can't believe it's almost the end of March. Got that neighborhood song stuck in my head.
Incoming at rate.
More ads! Find myself doing like weird hybrid stitching when I'm filling in like the weird gaps. Like I could have easily done two halves and done a line, but because they're not connected, my brain didn't connect them, so I did two singular stitches. Oh well. That's the way it goes. Filling in the holes. Okie doke. Thank you for your time, Miss Jules. always fun trying to, cause I'm in a area where I messed up quite a bit. It's always fun trying to figure out what I need to do. Okay, so that's that. So then there's this. And I am, as I'm going, I'm trying to make it so the remaining spaces make sense. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Lots of grape filling in. So that one stays open. Yeah, I'm seeing symbols that I should have already done the stitching for, but there's a hole and a familiar symbol. So I know I'll be going back and revisiting some colors. Okay, now over here. So we got that arc there. Let's see if I can. My camera, the cross stitch camera has been having a day, so it started off not even wanting to work. So that was the start of it. So there's that. And that one and that one. I'm gonna do these two, and then I'm gonna go over to the other edge because I'm running out of string, and more goes down that way. It's funny how I didn't mess up too much of this area. It's just a weird schism over near this vine here that is off a little bit. But I've mostly been able to repair it. Mm-hmm. And okay, found one of the whoopsie doodle spots. Luckily, it mostly lines up with the shape of a grape. I found another whoopsie doodle spot that I'm investigating. Okay, I'm gonna have to give up on that game of spreadsheet because I'm not gonna win. I'm sorry that I'm not amusing to you, feature. Yeah, I just remembered that I'm gonna have to creatively fix this spot too, which it won't be too difficult, but it will hinder. It will hinder the page finish progress. Yeah, that might be what we do tomorrow. That might be what we do yesterday. Yeah. Just more proof. Time is funny. Oh, back over here. Okay, so green area here. La la la. When I look at the page on camera, it looks like there's far more open spots than there actually are, and it kind of psychs me out a little bit. I'm like, no, it's not that bad, I swear. Yeah. These are some jump flips that I'd be getting ready to be doing. And once I get onto a new page with call dance, I won't have this awkward setup I have going on, because I've gotten it all set up for Divine Instincts. Page 4, which is over just enough. Mm. Shove the spot right here, and then we're gonna go over to the other side. We're gonna go over to these groups. Okey-doke. There. That's all done. Now we're gonna go over and work our way down on this side. There is a lot of blending in this piece. Like, there's ridiculous amounts of confetti. Ooh, am I filling? Oh, I am. I'm filling in another of this spot. I love it when I get to spot. And there's still 9 colors left. Like, I just, so much color swapping. We have a full bunch of grapes here between the two pages. Most of this page was this leaf. Yeah, most of this page was the grape leaf. Uh, yeah. Touchscreens and I are not getting along today, which is going to make work all kinds of fun since I work with touchscreens. Oh. We're in another area where I
Check
messed
out
up.
the Banjo Picnic to play with me.
What if I don't want to, feature? Okay. These 2 stitches will be my last on this piece of string. Lots of jumping. I tear through string real fast. Not that I like to, but that's how it goes. Oh, it's funny. I think there's only 4 stitches left. Yep, I get to start a new piece of string for 4 stitches. And then, we're done another color. So, at least the spots are right on this. Okay. I have an even, well, right now before I hit the check mark, I have an even 1,800 stitches that remain with 3750, but it's about to be 1,796, 93. apparently I had 3 stitches I highlighted that I didn't know I had. Okay. Okay. 3750. All done. I am now on to colors that are relatively small. I'm just gonna poke at them. We'll see. We'll see how far I get. I'm gonna stop in about 15 minutes or so and call it a day. I did get. I totally need to get the 4 stitches to get over 150 stitches for the day, though. Oh my goodness. Okay. And a lot of these little colors come into bigger play down the line. But so 747, which is a color I actually had to go out and buy. And I know on this page there's only 2 stitches, and I'm wondering if they're even in existence. Because it's in the whoopsie doodle area of the oh, I guess there are 3. Okay, so huh. Funny enough, they survived. Those 3 stitches survived. 747 is a redonkulously light blue. Why it's going where it's going, I don't know. But there's 5,000 stitches in this project, but I'm gonna start out with a short draw because in the next few pages there's not a whole lot. I am, all my flabbers are gasted. I figured with as many fuck ups on this page in that area, it wouldn't have survived, but it did. So here we go. And I mean, it's a blue color, but when it's like in with all the yellow and whatnot, it actually looks like a green, which is cool. But again, all my flabbers are gasted. Survive. There we go. But yeah, like 3 stitches, 2 stitches. This is where my existence is for the next few colors. But I just go down the page. I'm going, oh, and my out for delivery package has just shown up out front. It's a foldable shelving unit. Actually, it's supposed to be an office cart. It has wheels, but I'm gonna put it together and see if the wheels are detachable so that I can use it as a shelving unit for my big dragons. Because I have little shelves, but I wanna put the baby dragons on the little shelves. I wanna work on my up direction at my vendor shows. 747 is all done. colors. 30, 31. Spend most of my time just searching for the colors, honestly. Oh, 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 okay. Oh. This color is essentially what fills in all over here. So let's find her. That is 986. That's 30, 31. There we go. Sometimes the colors are hard to grab. I like the colors. They've been hitting the sauce too hard. So next week, I can assure you, all of next week on Divine Instinct, we'll be working on 939 because that without that color being done on the page, I can't really do any of the other colors. So I have to start with my nemesis and go from there. Is this 2-strand? That is. But after I log off today, paying bills and paying bills. I am gonna try to get this last color done. You good girl, Peg. She's dreaming. Not that she's a good girl, but she's dreaming and she's making She's singing her song. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this piece of string and give you the result of when I do a lot of confetti stitching. Okie doke. So started off today at 5.24%. We got 162 stitches done. Woo woo. 12 over what I was aiming for. We are now at 5.27. So that is what we got. Hopefully we're gonna get a page finished tomorrow. I hope everybody drinks their water, takes their meds. Be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. If you're having good weather, enjoy it. If you're having crappy weather, well, stay inside and still enjoy it, because every day has potential to have good in it. I'm not going to say it's always going to be amazing, but I always try to look for that one good spot in the day and hold that dear. I love y'all. Thank you for the gift of your time. I will see everybody tomorrow from 10 to 12. And if you need me, I'm lurking in the dark side.